Danny, following last weekend, has some of the messaging been about consistent performances over 90 minutes?
Yeah, it's probably a word we've used a lot, consistency, because I thought first half on Saturday it was probably as well as my Colchester United team have played for that 45 minutes away from home. I thought we had such control, we were such an ascendancy, we could have been 3-0 up in the game, but we weren't. We conceded a poor goal, which meant that it went to 1-1, and then we obviously scored just before half time. And you know, going out for the second half at 4 o'clock, we're all geared up to really trying to back that performance up and put 90 minutes together, which we don't really feel like we've done all season. And then for the drop-off to be as significant as it was, probably shocked us all really. And yeah, a little bit, we had to do a bit of soul searching and take a good hard look at ourselves over the week. The review on Monday was pretty simple really, because you're looking at what you did really well first half and then comparing it to what you didn't do so well second half. And the drop-off, firstly technical detail, meant that probably when you lose the ball as often as quickly as we did, some of our best technical players kept losing the ball on Saturday in the second half. When you do that, it can take a bit away from you physically, because you obviously build your fuel when you're with the ball and on the ball and looking after the ball. And then as a consequence of losing it so quickly, our physicality dropped. And as a consequence of that, yeah, they equalised. I think we then managed to get a foothold back in the game. And then we go and concede in the 87th minute to make it 3-2, and you, of course, off the back of that, chase it. You then lose a fourth goal on the counter, and it becomes a really, really bad second half performance where you've conceded 3 goals, and a bad day ultimately because you lose the game. And yeah, it was a tough one for us to take for sure.
Yeah, and you know that consistency is going to have to be there against what's going to be no doubt a strong Chesterfield.
Yeah, a really good Chesterfield team. I think one of the best teams that we've seen in preparation. Paul Cook's a really experienced manager, won lots and lots of promotions, had lots of success in his career at this level, but also in the divisions above. His team's always played the same way, 4-2-3-1, 7 and 11, with the 10 coming in, getting close to the 9, 2 fullbacks on the outside on the overlap, calls you a real threat going forward, want to take the ball off you, want to dominate the ball. But they also have a power about them as well, from set pieces, good quality. Boys like Dunkley and Grimes and McFadden are all physical in your box from the set piece moment as well. So they're a team that are geared up to do well. I'd expect them to be right at the top of their division. It probably disappointed Paul that they haven't got more value for their good plays. They've been very, very good and probably should have won a lot more. One even, I know they're 6th in the league as it is, but you know, they could have easily won 3 or 4 of those games that they've drawn. So, yeah, they're a tough team. It's a good challenge for us in many ways, because they've got good players and have real clarity over how they play. It's sometimes easier to set up against that type of team because you know what's coming, rather than some of the other teams with maybe lesser players and less coaching detail, let's say, because those games can end up being a bit more chaotic. So yeah, it's a game we're really looking forward to. Like I said, it's been a tough week because we were Jekyll and Hyde on Saturday, and we're pretty, I wouldn't say disappointed, we're just pretty frustrated with ourselves. That's the word I would use. I would say it's frustration, because we've seen that for periods of the game that we can be a really good team, and even with the challenges that we have with injuries at the moment. We can still be a really good team, but we have to do that consistently, and we have to be reliable as individuals so that our teammates can trust us, so that we can put in a confident and assured performance for 90 minutes, because that's what the game requires.
Yeah, you mentioned having players out through injury, and that's been a challenge, but what you've always said is that's an opportunity for others to come in, and over the next few weeks, another one who might be able to put himself in that bracket, Milton Oni, who had his first minutes this week.
Yes, yeah, so happy for him. We definitely have some challenges. We have the problem we have with our injuries is a lot of our physical players are out together. We've had some bad news with Dom Gape this week, which has been really frustrating, because he's got a ruptured LCL, which is like the lateral knee ligament. He did it half time in the Bristol Rovers game, just stretching, which has left us all a bit perplexed really. And it's a tough one for us really, because I think in that game we had Teddy that had a chest infection, and Doc was telling us we had to take Teddy off, so we were warming Dom up to come on, and then Dom then does that. So that's just some of the challenges that we have. But like you rightly say, Greg, is you can either whinge and moan and groan about and bemoan your luck, or you can just see the opportunity in every problem. And the opportunity is that we've got some brilliant young players. You know, Ronnie Harvey, we just called Sam Kafour back, and young Milton Oni, who, you know, it was so exciting this time maybe 13 months ago. He come through pre-season, just went from strength to strength, started the season, played against Reading, took a penalty to get us through to the next round in the Carabao Cup. Then he plays against Milton Keynes, comes on, sets the winner up. Then he plays against Brentford, who are a full-out Premier League team, and for 60 minutes looks as athletic as they are, and holds his own against that level of player. And then in the 61st minute, he ruptures his cruciate. So if that don't show you the ups and downs of football, nothing will. And sometimes these are tests for us. It was like, it felt like God maybe, I don't know, he's a religious boy, Milts, but maybe he was just showing you, well, this is what it could be for you, kid. But I'm not going to just give it to you, so you've got to go away now, you've got to go and really work, and you've got to show me you've got the determination and resilience to be able to cope with professional football. And I think that's been his challenge, and he's had to really dig deep, because it's been 30 months, which has been tough, not easy physically for him, not easy mentally for him, but he's come through it. And you watch him play Tuesday, he played Norwich under-19s, and he plays just a half an hour, but with a big smile, and with so much joy. And yeah, it's been a tough week, but to see that was just so happy for him. And I know all the staff and the medical guys who've worked so hard with him were so pleased. And yeah, it's a good step in the right direction for him. He'll get another 45 minutes now as we build up. I think he'll play at Bournemouth on Monday. And if we can get him back to anywhere near he was last year, which I know we will do, he's going to be such an exciting player for us. And you know, with him and young Ronnie Harvey, who just goes from strength to strength, Sam Kafour coming back on loan from Hornchurch, yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah, and we've spoken to Milton, and he was saying he could have played longer, he wanted to play longer, but he didn't. But and you've often said about you like players that you have to hold back. And at the moment, that probably isn't just the young players like Milton coming back. You know, you got Ellis wanting to come back soon, Tom Flanagan, Will Goodwin. It's a case of like kind of working out when to bring.
Yeah. Of course. That's always the balance, because it's easy when you have some injury problems. You can then chase it, and then you end up getting into a vicious circle, because you chase it and bring people back before they're ready, and then they pick up additional injuries, and then you can really suffer. So we have to try to go with the medical guidance. We have to try to make non-emotional decisions, and we have to try to use all of our experience really, and that's what we're doing. But yeah, for young Milton, I just said to him, next 6 weeks, your only focus is just to play football with a smile on your football, find the joy, love it, and then once we get through those 6 weeks, then we'll start turning the screw. We might be a bit more demanding there, because that boy can be anything he wants to be. So really exciting. Like one of the pleasures of my job, even in like the difficult times, and I'm used to my teams winning, so this hasn't been an easy period, but even in a difficult period, the joy of seeing the young players every day just working at their game, trying to get a little bit better. Sam Kafour Tuesday, Nicky's into him, having a go at him, and after training he's finding Nicky, said, can I work on this? And like, Nicky sat there with him for like an hour after training, just working on little bits of technical detail that will just help him go from, let's be honest, he played for Malden and Tiptree this time last year, and we now want him to play in the Football League, and he's been out on loan at National League South with Hornchurch, done brilliant, helped them get to the top of the division. And yeah, he's chomping at the bit for an opportunity as well. And this is, you know, I know our supporters like us want to win, but part of the job here as well is also developing the young players. And there's a balance we have to find, which is developing young players while trying to find a way to win. And that of course is utopia. And we're developing the young ones. We just got to, and last year we found a way of winning pretty consistently, particularly in the second half of the season. So we've just got to try to find a way of doing both now, and that's all of our aim, that's all of our focus, and we're going to work damn hard until we achieve both.